What if, right now, gravity suddenly switched off? Not forever, just for 10 seconds. 10 completely silent seconds that would feel like eternity. You are standing in your room, holding your phone, feeling the solid ground beneath your feet, completely unaware that the most important force in the universe is about to disappear. There is no warning sound, no flashing light, no dramatic signal in the sky. Gravity simply stops. In that exact instant, the invisible force that pulls everything toward the center of the earth vanishes. Your feet no longer press against the floor. The pressure that you have felt every second of your life is gone. You begin to rise, not because you jumped, not because someone pushed you, but because nothing is holding you down anymore. Your phone slips from your hand and floats beside your face. Your hair lifts gently upward. The chair behind you drifts toward the ceiling. The table slowly rotates in midair. Every object in the room becomes weightless at the same time. In the first second, confusion would take over. Your brain would try to understand what just happened. Your stomach would feel like it dropped on a roller coaster, except there is no seatbelt and no track. The air around you would begin to move strangely, because gravity is what keeps the atmosphere tightly wrapped around the planet. Without gravity, air molecules begin spreading outward in all directions. You try to grab the door frame, but the door frame is floating too. There is no up or down anymore, only drifting. By the second and third second, the world outside transforms into chaos. Cars detach from roads and rise into the air. Highways become rivers of spinning metal and glass. People walking on sidewalks float upward, screaming in confusion. Traffic lights tear free from poles. Street signs spin slowly. In kitchens, knives and plates drift dangerously. In hospitals, beds, machines, and medical tools lift from the floor. Airplanes flying thousands of feet above Earth suddenly lose the balance between lift and gravity that keeps them stable. Birds flap wildly, unable to understand why the force they evolved to work against has disappeared. By the fourth and fifth second, the oceans begin to rise. Gravity normally presses trillions of tons of water against Earth's surface. Without it, water starts lifting into the sky. Entire sections of the ocean bulge upward like massive floating mountains made of liquid glass. Rivers peel away from their beds. Lakes stretch upward in giant shimmering columns. Swimming pools empty into the air as huge drifting spheres of water. Ships and boats rise along with the water beneath them. Coastal cities stare in horror as walls of floating ocean climb into the sky. Buildings begin to strain because every structure on Earth was engineered with gravity in mind. Steel beams are designed to handle downward compression. Foundations depend on weight pushing them into the soil. Without gravity, internal forces shift instantly. Skyscrapers twist slightly, windows crack. Bridges warp as cables lose the loads they were carefully balancing. At 6 and 7 seconds, the planet itself begins reacting in deeper ways. Gravity does not only hold people and oceans down, it holds the atmosphere in place. The outer layers of air begin drifting outward towards space. 10 seconds would not remove all the atmosphere, but it would cause violent pressure changes. Massive windstorms form instantly as air expands. The sky may darken slightly as upper layers thin. Satellites that orbit Earth, because gravity pulls them inward while they move forward, suddenly shoot away in straight lines into deep space. The moon, which circles Earth because of gravity's pull, begins drifting off its orbital path. Even a small shift during those 10 seconds could permanently change tides and climate patterns. By the 8th and 9th second, panic spreads across the entire globe. Billions of humans float hundreds of feet above the ground. Animals spin helplessly. Power lines snap. News broadcasts cut out as cameras drift away. Power plants fail as equipment loses alignment. Entire neighborhoods become clouds of floating debris. In space, astronauts watch Earth's atmosphere expand slightly outward, and then, at exactly 10 seconds, gravity returns. Not slowly, not gently, instantly. Everything that rose into the sky begins falling back to Earth at the same time. Every human body, every car, every airplane, every piece of shattered glass, every drop of ocean water. The higher something floated, the harder it crashes down. The impacts are catastrophic. Cities experience millions of simultaneous collisions. Oceans slam back into place, creating mega tsunamis that race toward coastlines. Buildings weakened during the weightless chaos collapse under sudden force. Airplanes drop from the sky. Satellites that drifted too far never return. But Earth is only part of the story. Gravity is the force that shapes the universe. Planets orbit stars because of gravity. Stars hold themselves together because gravity compresses their cores. Galaxies exist because gravity pulls billions of stars into spirals. If gravity vanished everywhere for 10 seconds, the effects would ripple across the cosmos. The sun holds Earth in orbit. Without that pull, Earth moves in a straight line through space during those 10 seconds. Even that small shift could permanently alter our orbit, changing seasons and climate for generations. Inside the sun, gravity compresses hydrogen atoms tightly enough for nuclear fusion to happen. Without gravity pressing inward, that balance between outward radiation and inward force is disturbed, causing violent turbulence inside the star. Neutron stars, which are held together almost entirely by intense gravitational pressure, could expand violently. Black holes, defined by gravity so strong that not even light escapes, would temporarily lose their grip on space-time itself. Gravity is also connected to time. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, massive objects bend space-time, and that bending is what we experience as gravity. Stronger gravity slows time slightly, a phenomenon known as gravitational time dilation. If gravity disappeared, those distortions would vanish for 10 seconds. Clocks near massive bodies would tick differently. GPS satellites, which rely on precise time corrections caused by gravity differences between orbit and Earth's surface, would malfunction instantly. Your own body depends on gravity every second. Your heart pumps blood upward against gravity to reach your brain. Without it, fluids shift toward your head. Your inner ear loses its sense of balance. Nausea becomes intense. And when gravity suddenly returns, the rapid downward acceleration could cause severe injuries. Deep inside Earth, gravity compresses the core with unimaginable pressure. Remove that compression briefly, and internal layers may expand slightly. When gravity returns, rapid recompression could trigger powerful earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Just 10 seconds without gravity would likely become the most destructive event in human history. And yet gravity feels ordinary because it is constant and invisible. It shapes mountains. It controls ocean tides through the moon's pull. It guides comets across the solar system. It binds galaxies together across billions of light years. It allows you to sit, stand, walk, breathe, and exist without ever thinking about it. The next time you drop something and it falls to the ground, Remember that simple motion is proof that one of the most powerful forces in the universe is still working perfectly. 10 seconds without gravity would not just make humanity float, it would reveal how fragile stability truly is, and how every moment of normal life depends on a silent cosmic force that never takes a break.